Welcome into the second episode of the new series on the second channel, where we are going to be rebuilding every single team in the NFL. And you guys voted in the comments, so for episode 2, we are obviously doing the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, at least in my opinion, the Jaguars are one of the most exciting teams in the NFL, at least in terms of potential. Obviously trading up to take Travis Hunter, pairing him with Brian Thomas Jr., and having Trevor Lawrence at QB, who, if he hits his upside, could be one of the best QBs in the NFL. The only problem with this Jags team is there have been a few years now where they head into the year with a lot of hype and they completely fall flat. So today, we are gonna see if we can finally fix this Jaguars team and make them realize the potential that they theoretically have. And of course, over these next 5 years, we are gonna see if we can turn this into the highest overall team in the league in Madden. And of course, we are gonna see if we can win this Jags team a Super Bowl. But super quick, I'm gonna keep this intro super short. Just a couple important things. Be sure to leave a like on the video if you enjoy. It sounds weird, but it really helps out the channel. It helps YouTube know that people enjoy this video and pushes it to more people, all that good stuff. But let's see, if this video can get to 1,000 likes, it'll let me know y'all wanna see an episode 3. Of course, I'm still busy with the main channel, so that'll just let me know y'all really wanna see an episode 3. And speaking of that, I'll say shout out to Prez for being the first to suggest this, the first to vote. So let me know down in the comments if you would rather see the Colts or the Texans for the next episode. Again, we're going division by division. I'll count up all the comments, count them as votes, so every vote matters, I guess. And then very last thing, thanks for 8,000 subscribers. That's cool. We're getting really close to 10K, so be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Again, we'll get to your favorite team eventually. But all right, without further ado, let's finally get into this. Just one more thing I'm going to mention about this roster is, like the Jags are probably going to do this year, or at least like they said they're going to do, is I am going to play Travis Hunter at receiver full time, but I'll put him as our corner 4, so maybe he'll play a little bit there, and then next year we'll probably make him, I guess, a full-time starter at both positions? I don't know, it's a very unique situation, obviously. So we won't start him at corner this year, we'll start him at receiver, and then we'll start him at corner 2 next year. That sound like a plan? But all right, let's get into this. Let's get straight to the end of this first year, like I usually like to do. I have no idea if we're gonna be good, gonna be horrible, we'll find out. But all right, in true Jags fashion, in year 1, we end up going 9-8. What is that, the 3rd time in 4 years? We were 5-2 at the midseason too. We were doing pretty well. Let's go super quick over the stats. I don't want to take too long going over these, but Lawrence was good. That's a lot of picks, but other than that, really good. I started Tank Bigsby because we had a preseason running back battle and he won it. Wasn't all that good, but it is what it is. Ooh, and kind of a... Okay, well, Brian Thomas Jr., 1,300 yards, 16 touchdowns. He was insane. Brendan Strange did really well, but Travis Hunter only 550 yards as a rookie. Gotta find out how to get him more involved next year. I tried to. I made him the wide receiver too, but De'Ami Brown got more yards than him. But let's see. Blocking wasn't great, wasn't horrible. It was whatever. And then Devin Lloyd, 117 tackles, TFL 16 for Hamilton, sacks 8.5 for Armstead led the team. Only 7 for Hines Allen, 6.5 for Walker. And then we had a good amount of picks. 4 for Lloyd, 3 for Lewis, 2 for Alukin, Wingard and Jones, 1 for a couple players. Overall, good numbers. We had a few players that disappointed, but nobody that was horrible, surprisingly. But Joe Burrow wins MVP. That's kind of different. Puka Nacua up here. Mac Jones on the Colts. Interesting start here. Gotta see what Puka did. But let's see. Lamar wins Offensive Player of the Year. Brian Thomas Jr. at 6. Was that Gabe Davis on the Bengals? All right. Jeffrey Simmons, Defensive Player of the Year. Of course, a division rival. Devin Lloyd at number 6. I guess Cam Ward wins Offensive Rookie of the Year, but Brian Thomas Jr. also wins it. And then Braden Swinson wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. That's a new one. Oh yeah, and let me see. What did Puka do? Did he have like 2,000 yards? I mean, probably. Matthew Stafford threw 27 picks, but Puka Nacua, 1,800 yards, 26 touchdowns. Pretty good year. Would that be the receiving touchdowns record? Is it 24 or 27? It's like 24 for running backs and 27 for receivers, or I always forget which is which. Or maybe I'm just making those numbers up. I don't know. But all right, let's get into the good part. Let's get into this first off season. Oh, unfortunately, we're coming off 2 losses to division rivals. We got destroyed by the Titans and beat by the Colts. Unlucky. Man, that is probably the opposite of how this division is going to finish. Titans, Colts, Jags, Texans. Don't know about that one. Oh God, classic Madden, making your division rivals overperform. The Colts already make a Super Bowl. They thankfully lose it 17-10 to the Giants. This is going to be a Hell of a rebuild, that's for sure. Already some interesting stuff happening. How did Russ do this year? I mean, he wasn't all that good, statistically. Okay, I don't know how they won the Super Bowl, but sure. But all right, in free agency, this might be kind of a brief one. As per usual, there aren't really any players here for year one, so we'll just wait until there actually are players. I mean, I want to sign someone. Let's sign one player, at least. Let's go for, God, I don't know, Deshaun Watson, definitely. No, honestly, I really don't want anyone here. It's all older players or, like, not that good of players. Let's get to the draft. We'll build this team that way to start out. Okay, wait, I'm not gonna lie. I completely forgot the Jags traded away their first round pick. I had to do it here. We gave it to the Browns, of course. Thankfully, it wasn't that good of a first round pick, but that definitely stings. I completely forgot. But actually, I don't know how much that's gonna matter. Let's get to our first pick in the second round. Not gonna trade up or anything. I don't think we need to. Let's go with some linemen. Okay, well, maybe I take back what I just said. Maybe I do care a little bit. All of the first rounders went, or first round talents. How? There were so many of them. All right, well, hold on. Okay, my focus scout wasn't great at running back. To be fair, he doesn't look too bad, but day 3 talent. And I focus scouted a couple receivers. Ooh, they're both good. But all right, I might just go with one of these guards here anyway. I might go with Justin Douglas at center, actually. The only thing is we could wait because he's supposed to go in the 3rd round. But to be fair, a lot of the linemen went earlier than I expected, so maybe we should just take him now. Plus, like, not that you should only pick for need. It's not good, obviously, but we don't have too many desperate needs, at least. There are definitely some positions where we could use some upgrades, but at least through the draft, there aren't many positions where we could just immediately draft a starter. The only ones are like wide receiver 3, maybe tight end, but Brenton Strange isn't bad. Definitely a line somewhere, and like maybe corner, maybe. But we also have Travis Hunter, so not really. So I'm just gonna go with Justin Douglas. He looks pretty good, actually. He's insanely fast, as all linemen in Madden are. Let's take him. Ranked 48, okay. Oh, well, that's just more unlucky than anything. No dev trait. All right, maybe we're gonna take another lineman. I mean, we might as well, to be honest. Maybe not yet, but I mean, why not, to be fair? Connor Little, I guess taking a pass protector maybe isn't super smart if we want hidden, but ranked 26. Does have hidden. Okay, cool. All right, we're done picking linemen. Maybe. Actually, I can never stop. It's an addiction. But let's see. I did see some good-looking linebackers. We really don't need one, but I mean, oh, Chauncey Garrett. Hold on. Okay, he's not supposed to go for a while, but he looks insane. Well, he's supposed to go round 3 to 4. Does he have a horrible combine? No. He ran a 4.57, but that's only solid speed and marginal acceleration. Okay, I guess he's not a great athlete, despite being a pretty good athlete. All right, love when that happens. But he's a fine athlete. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna take him. Ranked 17, got him at 70. I would guess normal dev because he's a run stopper. Never mind, hidden dev. Usually run stoppers have normal. We'll take that, though. Don't know what we're gonna do with him for year 1, but we'll take that. Makes up for not having a first round pick. And let's see, this will probably be the last pick I show just for the sake of time. Ooh, we gotta go with a blocking tight end. If our tight end group is even a little bit weak, gotta take one. Who's good? Crawford looks pretty good. Strength check, elite, of course. Only 3rd strongest, but possibly has all A blocking ratings. Ranked 75, got him at 82. That's a pretty good overall for a blocking tight end, but of course, hidden dev, gotta hope for that X factor. I would settle for superstar. I feel like we did pretty well, though. But all right, here's how we did in our first draft. It was pretty good. I guess our first pick was probably our worst pick. Douglas is a 74 overall, of course, no dev trait, but I mean, it was still a fine pick. He was what, ranked 48? We got him at 50, so that's fine. Little's a 75, Garrett's a 76, and then I also picked both of the receivers. I almost forgot about them. They were ranked, I think Martin was 47 and Riley was 46, so we got back-to-back rankings. Oh, I guess Douglas was 48, right? So we got 3 in a row. Well, not picked in a row, but you know what I mean, the 3 ratings. I think I also picked Ben Heath. I don't really know why, just because he was a blocking tight end. He does have hidden, to be fair, but I guess now we have 2 chances at a really good dev trait. And then the CPU picked a horrible running back and a backup QB. Great. That running back was literally the worst player in the draft, or at least the worst player that was drafted. That's tough. But all right, here's a look at the team heading into year 2. Not looking a whole lot different, but I mean, a few rookies starting on offense, 2 linemen, and then we're starting Martin at receiver because he's the younger of the 2 receivers we picked. Oh yeah, and I was gonna start Crawford at tight end, but Brenton Strange got star, so I guess we kind of have to keep starting him. I mean, he had almost 800 yards last year. He was pretty good. And I guess we'll just start Bigsby at running back. I mean, we could try ETN, but I don't know if either option is amazing. And then on defense, it looks like Devin Lloyd got superstar. That's cool. But our defense is almost exactly the same, just we're going to start Travis Hunter and we'll start Garrett at linebacker. So I like how the team's looking. We're up to an 83 overall, almost just purely off of how well this team developed last year. Once there are actual decent free agents available, this team could become pretty good. But all right, let's get to the midseason point and we'll see how this team does. Also, wait, I just realized Patrick McCarry won best O-lineman. Oh, I guess it's too late to check the stats from last year now, but he didn't even start for us. Why does this always happen? Once every few rebuilds I do, one of our backup linemen win best O-lineman. I don't understand this game. You'd think they would put like a snap minimum for the O-line of the year award, but apparently not. But okay, we are 3-3 at the midseason this year. 2 wins worse than we were last year. I guess we've played one less game, but not going as well this year, but still fine. Trevor Lawrence is doing very well. I kind of thought he would be the issue. It might be Tank Bigsby. Should I just try ETN? I'll just try ETN for the rest of the year. But Hunter's getting more yards this year. That's good. The blocking looks fine. I don't know why we've lost 3 games. Okay, our sacks aren't great. We already might be in the market for a defensive playbook change. I did switch our offense to the Buccaneers playbook. Ooh, Connor Little has superstar as a pass protector lineman. That's pretty rare. We'll take that. We usually don't get any superstars until like year 2 or 3. We might get a couple this year. We'll see. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna start ETN for the rest of the year. I think he's fine in Madden from what I remember. And should we just switch to the Bills defensive playbook already? Why not? Is it repetitive? Maybe, but who cares? It's a playbook in Madden. Whatever. It's not even good sometimes. I like it for some reason because it gets a bunch of sacks. Actually, maybe we shouldn't change our defensive playbook. Our defense has been pretty good. Well, guess what? I want flashier numbers, so we're switching it. But all right, for re-signings, Devin Lloyd, Travis Etienne, apparently the best lineman last year as a backup, Patrick McCarry, Andrew Wingard. He's already 28. That makes me feel old. Oh yeah, I guess Madden's a year behind, so this is right. He is 28 now. But any other starters? I think that's it. So Devin Lloyd, the Jags declined his 5th-year option, right? But I still want him. Now, do I want to give him a 6-year deal? I mean, I guess we're only going 5 years in this rebuild, so that's fine. He doesn't take it. I mean, we could tag him. I mean, we could honestly just let him go. We might have drafted his replacement this past year if he really doesn't want to come back. But other than that, I mean, I guess I'll re-sign McCarry just because he has star dev now. He takes it. And other than that, I think we'll just wait until the end of the year. I'm surprised Wingard didn't get star dev. He had, what, 3 picks last year or something like that? Whatever. But our backup lineman got star dev. All right. But anyway, let's get to the end of the year. We might miss the playoffs again, but we'll find out. It'd be nice if we made them. Ooh, okay, not quite. We finished 6-11. Our defense was good. Looks like that playbook change didn't hurt us, but our offense was not good. 20th for points. Is the Bucs playbook good? I have no idea. But Trevor Lawrence, 3,700 yards, 29 touchdowns, 7 picks. He was really good. Oh yeah, I never said this, but I'm sure y'all know I make my own custom rosters for Madden because some of Madden's ratings are a little weird. But I think Trevor Lawrence is one of the players that have the biggest difference in my rosters compared to Madden's. I think in the official ones, he's only a 74. In mine, I have him at an 81. Like, he's been disappointing for all the hype he had coming out of Clemson, but like, he's been fine. He's been pretty good. I think he's been better than fine, but I don't know. Anyways, I just think it's crazy they have him at a 74, or I think that's what his rating is, something like that. But rushing didn't get much better with Travis Etienne. We should be looking for a new running back this year. I don't know how we're gonna get one, but we'll find a way. But Brian Thomas Jr., 1,000 yards, 11 touchdowns, 950 for Hunter. Blocking, Anton Harrison was kind of bad, but Walker Little was really good. The interior was pretty good. Aluakin, 104 tackles, TFL 17 for Armstead led the team, and sacks, 12 for Hines Allen, 7 for Armstead, 6.5 for Walker. He hasn't done super great here so far. And picks, 3 for Aluakin and Campbell, and then 1 for 4 players, including Travis Hunter, I think, right? Did I see that right? Yeah, Travis Hunter got his first pick. That's cool. But all right, MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes, of course. Mac Jones up there again. Fun. Keenan Allen wins Offensive Player of the Year on the Broncos. Fun. Max Crosby wins Defensive Player of the Year. Hines Allen at 10. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Martin at 2. Chris Cummings wins it for the Browns. That's an unfortunate name. Crawford at 9. Riley at 10. And Defensive Rookie of the Year? Any Jags? No. Okay. Well, I'm kind of disappointed by this year, but at least we will have our first round pick this year. So we did bad. I'm glad. Here's my cope. Here's my way of coping. I'm glad we did worse this year than last year because at least we have our first round pick this year. But all right, let's get into the offseason once again. Hopefully they're actual decent free agents this year that aren't 34 years old. Bucks Chargers Super Bowl 14-13. Normally the one thing I give Madden is the Super Bowls are kind of realistic, but what have these been? What have these been? But all right, for re-signings, I think I'm gonna let Devin Lloyd go. Unfortunately, I mean, he's been really good, but he's just not interested. I mean, I'll offer him very player-friendly one more time because, I mean, cap space isn't a problem, and I don't think it'll be too much of a problem. Hopefully I don't regret saying that, but 6 years, 116, he doesn't take it. Very player friendly. The tag would be 20 mil. I think we'll just let him go. Anton Harrison, I don't know, he hasn't been great. 8 sacks, 9 sacks. I mean, I guess I'll pick up the 5th year because why not, but I don't feel great about it. ETN will let go. I think all the rest of these guys will let go. How did Wingard do? Oh, he had 2 picks a couple years ago, none last year, and he's 29. All right, whatever. Let's get into free agency. And I mean, hopefully there are some good players, but if there aren't, it's still not the end of the world. Ooh, okay. James Cook is available. Now, in real life, that would be a nice upgrade, but in Madden, usually James Cook isn't the best, unfortunately. I mean, he's done better slightly than ETN and Bigsby have done, but not that much better. I'm just looking at the yards per carry. It's like 0.2 higher-ish than the rushing we've had. I mean, he's not that expensive, though, and it would be an upgrade. Can we get a lead for him? No. We're tied with 2 division rivals. I mean, I'll go player-friendly if I have to. 4 years, 48. That'd be fun. I'd never really get him in rebuilds, mostly because he doesn't do that well, but also because he doesn't become available that often. But all right, is there anyone else we would want? Mac Jones with Superstar Dev. Bring him back. Oh my god, dude. All right. Well, I'm glad the Colts let Mac Jones go because he was an MVP candidate and got them to a Super Bowl. Only in Madden can you say that sentence. But once again, I don't really know if I want any free agents. I mean, maybe Travis Jones. That would be kind of fun. But I did set defensive tackle as our focus position for the draft. You know what? Can we get Devin Lloyd back? Oh no, he has 14 offers. Okay, I don't think so. Well, I mean, maybe. The Titans also want him. And let's see, we'll try to get, sure, Jalen Thompson. That's someone I rarely get in Madden, but I want to make all the upgrades we can to this team while this team is still pretty cheap. We'll try to go on a deep playoff run, which is kind of crazy to say about the Jags. I mean, we could even go crazy and sign like one of these 2 receivers and like Greg Newsome. I don't know if I want to go fully there yet, but these would be some nice upgrades if we got all 3. I highly doubt we get all 3, but hopefully at least 2 of the 3. Let's see. We do get James Cook and Jalen Thompson. Devin Lloyd does go to the Titans. Fun. And Romeo Doubs and Khalil Herbert and Mike Hughes. They were busy apparently. But all right, we get a new running back, really good overall running back. Hopefully he actually plays well, and a pretty good safety. But all right, we're already looking pretty good. Of course, the 69 overall blocking tight end I picked has X Factor. What do we even do with him? Do we start him next year? Can he play like O-line or something? Can play fullback, but like I don't want a fullback. Should we start him next? I don't want to put him over Brenton Strange though. I don't know. We'll make him the 2 and trade Crawford or something. This game is so weird. Anyways, let's get to the draft. Ooh, Armstead got Superstar. Anyways, I keep getting distracted. Let's get to the draft and we'll see what we can do. But okay, in the draft, we pick at 7. Much better pick than last year. Now, unfortunately, okay, one of our focus scouts was good, Pat Dorsey. Now, we don't really need a corner at all, but I thought that was kind of the position we needed the most out of anyone up here. We definitely don't need a QB or a left tackle or anything like that. Okay, I focus scouted this defensive tackle. I'm glad I did. He is not good. And then I scouted a safety. Oh, he's good. 1st round talent. He'll probably be our 2nd round pick. But all right, we just gotta hope. I want to keep that 2nd round pick. I want that safety. So we just gotta hope that the corner doesn't go. Even if he does though, we should be fine. I guess we also shouldn't double up on DB, corner and and free safety. But I mean, to be fair, it's not like we have any massive needs. We could go with a receiver maybe, spend another top 10, well, I guess Brian Thomas Jr. wasn't a top 10 pick, but another first round pick on a receiver. We'll figure out what we want to do. I'm not going to trade up. It's not worth it. He does go at 5 to the Jets. That's probably where I was going to trade up to, or with the Saints. Man, all the first round talents are gone. Maybe we just trade back? I guess we kind of have to. All the receivers are gone. Dan Cutler looks pretty good, but I don't love the C catching. I don't know. What should we do? I made defensive end our focus position, but there isn't one even close to worth taking here. I guess we're just going to trade down. Maybe that's boring, but there's nobody here to take. I might trade down pretty far because I don't even know the next player on the board that I want. Wait, yeah, who's the next player I even want? Maybe Means, like he looks okay, but he's gonna have normal dev. What an unlucky draft class. I might just trade out of the first. That would get we would get 1 billion draft picks for that. Maybe too many to fit in the Madden trade thing. Maybe too many for what's actually realistic. Let me see what we can do. Okay, this is apparently fair. We're gonna be taking the Bucks first next year, a second this year, and a second next year to move down to 32. We still get that 5th year option. I guess I don't know how much it matters because we only have a few more years in the rebuild, but whatever. We're giving the Super Bowl winning team a top 10 pick. How could that go wrong? But I mean, in Madden, that's fine. The better your team is, the worse you do. So I hope they pick a great play. They picked the 2nd to 3rd round talent defensive tackle. All right, great pick. But what do we want to do? I might just reach on like, God, Jeremy Bush isn't even a defensive tackle though. He's like 280. He's a tweener. I thought about focus scout and defensive tackle because usually they're better. I guess maybe I should have. But to be fair, I don't know if they're great either. Oh, Paul Pratt looks pretty good. Okay, he's not super strong for Madden at least, but he looks pretty good. All right, anyways, I'm going to go with, just give me the safety. He's good at least. Probably going to have normal. He is a zone safety, so maybe not. Rank 17, got him at 32, does have hidden. We'll take that. He'll start for us this year, I think. Because what, we have Darnell Savage at safety? I'm good. But all right, round 2, or I guess our second round pick. I guess we'll go with, let's see, Jeremy Harris looks pretty good at tackle. I mean, do we really need him? No, but again, this is kind of an unlucky draft for what we do need. Jeremy Bush, I guess, is going to be our pick. We'll see what his overall is at defensive tackle. I am kind of curious about Paul Pratt, but he also might be horrible. No idea. Let's go with Bush, though. He's fine. Definitely normal dev. Never mind. Hidden. Okay, cool. Good pick. We'll take it. Oh, yeah, and pick 32. I forgot we had 3 second round. Why do we have 3 second round picks? Oh, I'm stupid. We didn't. Our first one was a first round pick. Never mind. Also, how many quarterbacks are there still? 6 projected first rounders, or I guess 5 and 1 early second. That's something. All right, anyways, let's go with, I don't know. Is there a good guard? I like guards more than tackles usually. Okay, Walker and Newberry look fine. Who's better? Newberry looks pretty good. Walker is better lead block or whatever. Newberry's kind of old. He might be the higher overall, but let's go with Walker. Rank 42. Yeah, he's fine. But all right, last pick I'm going to show probably for this year is the defensive tackle still here? He is. Now, this guy might be horrible. I have no idea. Really, I like everything about him because he's a finesse rusher with actual good run defense, which is rare, but he is bad strength by Madden standards. I mean, not bad, but just solid, which is, it usually means the player's going to be bad unless they have like elite strength. I don't know though. We'll take him. Okay. Ranked 131, but does have hidden. We'll see. I don't want to spoil it, but I maybe have a decent feeling about his dev trait. We'll see. But all right, here's how we did in the draft. Ramsey's a 76 overall. He's gonna be a day 1 starter for us, obviously, so hopefully he plays well. Unfortunately, Jeremy Bush, this is what I was kind of worried about with taking him, but I didn't really see a much better option, to be fair. He has a 74 at defensive end, but at defensive tackle, he's only a 72. I guess we still could put him there. No, I think we'll keep him at defensive end and play him as like a rush D tackle, at least for this first year. Then maybe we'll move him to D tackle full time. We'll see. But Larry Walker, he's good 75. Pratt's only a 71, but he'll probably play a decent bit. And then Dylan Sims at linebacker, 74 overall. He'll be our number 3 linebacker, I guess. Maybe 4, but probably eventually 3. And then, of course, I took another blocking tight end, Lane Burrell. Hopefully he has superstar X factor. We'll see. I try not to, like, cheese the whole really good dev traits for blocking tight ends thing, but today I'm just feeling it. I don't know. Oh, okay. Apparently we should have looked at the centers. I mean, we would have had to take him with either our pick 30 32 or pick 33, or not 33, whatever our first second round pick was. But yeah, there was a pretty good center. 84 overall Nick Watkins to the Bengals. The Bengals have been getting the best players in the class lately. I don't know why. At least in rebuilds I do. But overall, this looks like it was a pretty good class. We did okay. I feel like I'm kind of washed in terms of drafting. I don't know. But all right, we're going to be trading Quentin Crawford, our number 2 tight end, to the Jets for a 4th round pick. Not a major trade, but we just don't need him. We're gambling again on Burrell having a really good dev trait, and if he doesn't, guess what? We're going to trade him and pick another blocking tight end. That's the strat for this rebuild. I don't know why. I feel like it. But okay, here is a look at the team heading into year 3. Are we in year 3? Yeah, year 3. We're up to an 84 overall. We were an 85 for a second, but back down to an 84 for some reason. I guess that's just what happens when you go from the end of a year to a start of the next year. You just lose your morale or something, or I don't know. We still have a pretty good amount of morale, but whatever. Anyways, this team is looking really nice, especially on offense. Really, I have no complaints about this team. I feel good about every part of this offense. Now, will they all play well? We'll see. I have my worries about Anton Harrison, and I'm sure one of these linemen will underperform. My guess is Douglas, but we'll see. But on defense, it's a lower overall, but I feel pretty much as good about it. It's, I guess, more rookies starting than on offense. I like our safety duo a lot, even though it is like, you know, Ramsey needs to develop. I moved Antonio Johnson to where I think he's better, slot corner. I think he'll even play for us this year. This D-line should be great. You know, it's nice to have a 74 overall hidden dev player as a rotational pass rusher. Could be a really good overall someday. But yeah, other than that, the team's the same, just developed. So again, I'm liking how we're looking. Let's get to the midseason point, and hopefully we don't underperform. We'll see. But okay, at the midseason point, we are 3-3 once again. I was definitely hoping we would be a little bit better. Are there any clear issues this year? Okay, we've allowed 15 sacks. Yeah, that might do it. But James Cook has been way better than I expected. Okay, Walker Little's just horrible this year for some reason. Honestly, all of our linemen are pretty bad, other than Douglas and Milam. Huh. Well, I mean, so many of them are bad that benching players wouldn't really fix anything, so I'll just leave them in and hope it gets better. Josh Hines-Allen already has 12 sacks, though. Okay. This is just kind of one of those years where everything's weird. Let's see who we have to re-sign, though. Tank Bigsby, I'm probably good. Trayvon Walker, he really hasn't been that good here. Like, the most sacks he's gotten has been 6.5 twice. This year he's on pace for probably about the same. He's not that expensive, though, so we'll re-sign him. But Brenton Strange, he's developed a lot better than I thought. Still only 25. We'll re-sign him. And then let's see. Eric Armstead, he's 32. He's been good, but he's 32. We'll see. We'll have the 5th year for Brian Thomas Jr. But all right, I guess that's it. So let's get to the end of the year, and we'll see how we end up doing. Hopefully we bounce back. But okay, good. We do bounce back. We end up going 11-6. We had a very good second half to the year. Or I guess more than second half. We'd only played 6 games at the midseason. Also, the Saints made the playoffs at 7-10. I hate simulation in this game. But Trevor Lawrence, 4,100 yards, 32 touchdowns, 8 picks. The O-line got... We only allowed 12 sacks through the last 11 games. Okay. I'm glad I didn't bench anyone. James Cook was very good. Brian Thomas Jr., 1,200 yards, 18 touchdowns, 900 for Hunter. Okay, Anton Harrison still sucks, but other than him, the line was really good. I mean, Walker Little was maybe a little questionable, but I've seen a lot worse. But on defense, Alukin, 105 tackles, TFLs 15 for Hines-Allen and Walker, and sacks 23 for Josh Hines-Allen, breaking the sack record. This is why I like the Bills' defensive playbook. Now, that's probably not the sack record here. Someone probably got like 28. Probably someone named Myles Garrett, if I had to guess, or Micah Parsons. But 7.5 sacks for Walker, his best year in this rebuild. Not much outside of those two. But 2 picks for Lukin, Hunter, and Antonio Johnson, and then 1 for a few players. But all right, let's check out yearly awards. Mahomes wins another MVP. Lawrence at 9, though. Lamar wins Offensive Player of the Year again. Brian Thomas Jr. at 4. Defensive Player of the Year obviously goes to Josh Hines-Allen. And then any rookies, none for offense, but maybe for defense? Any? Ramsey at 8. Okay, sure. But all right, like I said, for the first time, we are in the playoffs. And you know what? Let's check out dev traits. Do we have any good ones? Would any be revealed yet? I guess so. Okay, none on offense, I don't think. Still hidden, but on defense? Oh, okay, Ramsey does have superstar, and Bush has superstar. I thought he was gonna have normal. I mean, obviously not once I saw he had hidden, but when we picked him, I thought he would have normal. We'll take that. I'm kind of disappointed disappointed Pratt's didn't get revealed because I feel like it's pretty good, but I guess we'll see once it does get revealed. Now that I'm saying all that, it's going to be star, but we'll see. But all right, nothing else for us to do really this year except simulate this game against the Steelers. Can we get our first playoff win in this rebuild? We can. We beat the Steelers 28-24. Also, it's satisfying to see all of our season total stats are all green. We're top 10 for everything. We had the best run D in the league. I'm kind of surprised about that. I mean, I don't know. I guess we have a couple run defending linebackers, but our defensive tackles are both small. Hines Allen isn't that big. Walker's a good run defender, but like that's it on our D line. I don't know, whatever. This game doesn't make sense if you didn't know that already. But all right, now we're going to be taking on the Bills in the divisional. They're 2 overall lower than us. They had the better record, but we have the better roster, at least on paper. So let's see if we can beat the Bills here and move on to the conference championship already. No. Okay. We lose 28-14. Oh, okay. More importantly, the Ravens went 17-0. Why? They're probably not even going to win the Super Bowl. They're probably already out of the playoffs, actually, knowing simulation in this game. But yeah, this team's pretty good. We had a 17-0 team in the playoffs. We also had a 7-10 team in the playoffs. Fun. But all right, the Ravens do actually win the Super Bowl. They complete maybe the first ever 20-0 season we've seen on the channel. That's kind of wild. Odafe Owe wins Super Bowl MVP. It's like always a pass rusher, always a D lineman. I don't know why, but of course they beat the Seahawks. You hate to see it. But all right, for the rest of our re-signings, we'll pick up the 5th year for Brian Thomas Jr. It is not cheap, 40.5 mil. I'll re-sign Antonio Johnson. He was pretty good, 3 years, 15. That's cheap. Eric Armstead, we'll let go. He's 33 and regressing. Ezra Cleveland is a backup. He's a nice backup, but like we can draft linemen. We'll let all these guys go, but let's get into free agency and let's hope there are finally some big additions, some big upgrades. Okay, there definitely are. Fred Warner, Aiden Hutchinson, kind of a fall off after that, but I mean, still Tyler Linderbaum, Joe Thuney at 34 years old. Pretty good free agent class. Now, what do we want to do here? Is there anyone we can release? Not that we really even need cap space, but I'm just curious. I mean, Hines Allen, definitely not. Tyson Campbell, Foye Alukin, he's 32, but we don't need to release him. He's played really well. It'd just be kind of pointless. But the reason I was thinking about releasing players is because we could cut Alukin and maybe upgrade at linebacker with Fred Warner, because he isn't that much more expensive, plays maybe even a little better, I guess, as you would hope for someone who's 19 overall higher. You just never know in Madden. The Raiders have too big of an offer. We can't really compete with that. I mean, I'll keep the player-friendly offer just to see if we get lucky, but that's probably not going to happen. But Aiden Hutchinson is here too. Should we make up for the Jags' past mistakes? He is super expensive though, but we also could just build an insane pass rush duo. Oh yeah, that reminds me, I gotta check. Did Hines Allen break the sack record? He did. Wow. Nobody's hit like 35 here yet, or whatever happens sometimes. But all right, you know what? I think we're gonna do it. We need something to blow our money on. Can we get Aiden Hutchinson? That's the better question. Maybe. It would be really disappointing if we didn't get either of these players, but that very well could happen. We do have the lead for Aiden Hutchinson, but that doesn't really mean anything, even though it means something. But if the player has a lot of offers, you're probably not gonna get him, even if you do have the best offer, which is why it doesn't make sense that a player wouldn't take it, because it literally takes everything into account, and I have very high free agent interest on, or whatever that setting is. I always rant about that because it's stupid. It shouldn't be random. It takes everything into account. Whatever. But all right, I think that's all we're gonna do in free agency. We could sign a receiver, but let's see if one of these two signs or if we get neither. That very well could happen. Hopefully we get both. That would be fun. Okay, we get neither. Cool. Fred Warner goes to the Raiders and Aiden Hutchinson takes a worse deal to go to the Giants. This game hates me, but I want to sign someone. Who should we sign? Let's sign, I have an idea. How about, oh wait, he's expensive. Okay, maybe not. Luke Gadecki. He doesn't even play that well. Never mind. How about Oso Digizua? I mean, we really don't need a defensive tackle that bad. If anything, we would need like a bigger one like BJ Hill, but whatever. Who cares about realism in the realistic rebuild? Oso Digizua, welcome to the team. Maybe. We'll see if he signs. He does. Okay, cool. At least we get someone. Oh yeah, also dev traits are revealed. Unfortunately, Pratt only has star. Let's see, Walker only has star, but I mean, Burrell has superstar. That's fun. As our tight end 3. I guess we'll take that. But all right, in the draft, the trade last year with the Buccaneers aged pretty well. We traded down from, I think it was 7 to 32, picked up the Bucs 1st and 2nd this year, and now the Bucs would have had the 7th pick, but we get it. Remember what I said last year, Maybe it isn't smart to trade down with the team that just won the Super Bowl to make them even stronger, but in Madden, there's no consistency. So what was the best team probably got even better, finished as one of the worst. Love that. I mean, I guess to be fair, they did make a bad pick, but whatever. And I mean, it wasn't that bad of a pick. He has Superstar Dev. It was actually a pretty good pick, or at least it will be at some point. Anyways, though, we're in a really weird spot still where we have a lot of pretty good players on the team that we can't immediately upgrade over in the draft. So I guess our best strategy is just picking best player available, probably. And let's see, our focus scouts, okay, one of the corners was really good, Tim Bushrod. Wait, Connor Richardson wasn't the better one? Look at his ratings. He has an A for everything. I guess Bushrod's maybe just faster. I mean, Richardson has elite speed too. I don't know. I mean, we'll take Bushrod, I won't complain. Is Nance better though? That makes me wonder. He only has solid change of direction. Usually what you want to look for is change of direction for corners. That's why I'm thinking maybe Way would be better, but I mean, Bushrod looks pretty good. Ranked number 1 in the class, got him at number 7. Do we need corner? No. But do we need anything really? No. I'll take the best player in the class. But all right, pick 27. I almost said round 2, but pick 27. I might go with a pass rusher here because we kind of need a third edge rusher. Are they both power rushers? Yeah, I was going to say which ones are rush end scheme, but they're both power rushers anyway, so whatever. Rushing's ratings don't look as good, which makes me think he's maybe a good athlete. He has great strength. I don't know, I'm just trying to think which one has a better chance of hitting Dev. Who's a better athlete? Okay, Anderson has elite strength, but only decent speed. I don't know. Is this even what I want to do? Martin Farrell looks really good at safety. Maybe we should just take the best player available like I said I was gonna do. Might be a good idea. Oh, and let me check the centers real quick. Any crazy looking ones? Not really. Newberry looks pretty good, but not like 84 overall good. All right, anyway, let's go with Martin Farrell. Can we get another top 5 talent? He kind of looks like it. Number 6. Really close. Got him at 27. Drafting is so easy in this game. Just look for who has a lot of A ratings. You'll probably be pretty good there. There's some positions where that doesn't work, but usually works pretty well. And let's see, I want to take one more lineman just so he can maybe have an out for Anton Harrison because he has not been good. I don't know, going with the strategy of picking elite strength lineman hasn't been working, but Parrish looks pretty good. I don't know, honestly, none of these guys look great. You know what, I will make a need pick over a value pick here. This guy doesn't look very good, but he at least has A power moves. Probably going to be like a 73, 74. I want that third pass rusher. Yeah, ranked 66. He's whatever. Does have hidden at least. But all right, I think we're about out of clearly insanely good players. I don't see a whole lot. Cortez Rice looks pretty good, but we don't need another safety. I mean, we could just take him for fun though. All right, whatever. Let me just go with Brian Tyson maybe. Doesn't look bad. My only thought is Kyle Shaughnessy better? He looks really similar, just with better lead block and impact block, maybe. Who's stronger? Oh, marginal to poor strength for Shaughnessy. I'm just gonna go with a guard, I think. Let me go with Logan Widmer. He looks fine. He has great strength, pretty good ratings, ranked 81. Okay, not as good as I hoped. This just doesn't look like that good of an O-line class, unfortunately, but we need one pretty bad. I'm probably gonna take one until we get a good one. Let's go with Woodbury. Does he have decent strength, at least solid? We'll take that. Okay, he's decent. No dev trait, but he's decent. But all right, here is how we did in the draft. Of course, the best player in the class, Tim Bushrod, 83 overall, playing up to an 84 even with morale. Very, very good player, very good athlete, mostly what carries his ratings. And then Martin Farrell, 81 overall. This looks like it was a very good draft class, so pretty good one to get number 1 and number 6 in. And then after that, definitely a fall off. This is when we started to pick more for need, and you definitely shouldn't do that. But I mean, to be fair, picking value with your first 2 picks and then need with your second and third rounders probably isn't a bad strategy, because all these guys will probably play eventually. Maybe not Widmer, but probably Woodbury. Definitely Lewis. I also picked, how many players did I pick? I picked Downing, and then Finley wasn't all that good, but he had like, he had good looking ratings. He had like B-man, B-press, and C-zone. I thought he would be fine, but he's not great. And then the CPU picked another corner, and then 2 receivers. Okay, sure. But I want to see, was there anyone I missed on? No, not really. There was a good center, but he went 1 pick before our second first round pick. Yeah, we did about as well as we could have with those first 2 picks, at least. Legitimately as well as we could have, if we didn't trade up or down or anything, so we'll take that. But all right, now heading into year 4, here's how we're looking. Up to an 87 overall. This was a playoff team last year, obviously, and we should only be better, I hope. You know, we had an unfortunate free agency, but a good draft, very good draft. Up to an 89 offense, still only an 85 on defense, but this is a very, very young defense. Most of our secondary is year 1 or 2 players. 2 out of our 3 linebackers are super young, and we have Bush with superstar dev at defensive tackle. Walker's still relatively young. His defense should develop a lot, is what I'm trying to say. Now, hopefully, Josh Hines-Allen can do as well as he did last year. I don't know if I would say we need that, because that was an insane season, but hopefully he does really well still. And just our big hope for this offense is that everyone can play the same, and hopefully Walker does better than Anton Harrison. Oh yeah, I'm gonna start Larry Walker at right tackle, so we'll see how that goes. Doesn't really have the build for it, 6'3", 331, but whatever. But all right, other than that, I mean, other than a couple upgrades in the secondary, this team is almost exactly the same, and Oso Digizua. But other than those 3, this team is almost exactly the same. So let's get to the mid-season point. It is 2027, so I'm a little bit worried, but we'll see what happens. But okay, at the mid-season point, we are 6-1. Looks like we hopefully got the first part of the year underperformance out of the way last year. It always happens at least once per rebuild, usually in 2027, but I guess sometimes it's in a different year. Trevor Lawrence is doing pretty well so far, though. James Cook is doing pretty well. I'm surprised we're 6-1. Those aren't 6-1 numbers. Connor Little at guard kind of sucks. Our stats definitely don't look as impressive as they were last year, but okay, this is why we're good. We have a lot of interceptions. Already 11 through 7 games. That might be the only reason we're doing well, though. I mean, our offense is pretty good, but yeah, we have the best defense in the league. Almost a whole 10 points per game lower than the Falcons here. That's wild. But all right, I'm getting worried. We have a really good team, right? And we have had a ton of cap space. Usually that means you're gonna have a season where every single contract is doing the same year. Hopefully that's not this year. Okay, we have Travis Hunter, Wyatt Milam, Anton Harrison, which we probably won't bring him back. Walker Little, we'll see. Foye Lukin, probably won't bring him back because he's 32, even though he's been good. Honestly, not too bad yet. This is survivable. Also, we're gonna have to pay Travis Hunter twice, which isn't too bad because he's not very expensive at corner. I mean, we're gonna have to go very player friendly. That's gonna make him a little more expensive, but it's still not too bad. He doesn't take it though. If we can't keep him, we're gonna have to like move him to punter or something if he hits free agency, because like we can't let him go to a different team and then also be on our team. We're gonna have to move him to like punter. Travis Hunter is so hard to create in Madden because you can't. I hope next year you can play receivers at corner and corners at receiver, like on the depth chart. I'm sure they'll make that a thing, right? They have to. But Wyatt Milam will go 4 years, 63. He takes it. And then everyone else we'll see. We'll probably bring Walker Little back, but no guarantees. But all right, here we are at the end of year 4. And of course, if you've seen one of my videos before, y'all know why we're here. If you haven't already, be sure to leave a like on the video. Be sure to subscribe, all that good stuff. It helps out the channel. You can be one of the first 10,000 subscribers on the channel if you care about that. And again, let me know if you would want to see the Colts or Texans in the next rebuild. Basically, just all the stuff I said at the start of this video. But at the end of year 4, we're now up to an 89 overall, 91 offense, 88 on defense. Oh yeah, and by the way, this might be one of the luckiest rebuilds in terms of dev traits that I've done recently. Not only is Pharrell a superstar at safety, but Bushrod has X Factor at corner already as a rookie. I mean, I guess that's not a massive surprise because again, they were ranked number 1 and 6, but I'm a little surprised because a lot of the time if you get like a top 5 talent corner, they'll just have star. So we'll take superstar or X Factor. But anyways, in year 4, the second to last year, we ended up going 14-3 and we got our first round bye of the rebuild. Now let's go super quick over the stats. Trevor Lawrence, 3,800 yards, 32 touchdowns, 9 picks. I feel like he's had almost the exact same stat line every year, or very, very similar. Yeah, 29 to 34 touchdowns. I guess he had a lot of picks the first year, but between 7 and 9 the last 3 years, so pretty consistent. But James Cook was a little worse this year. Did hit 1,000 yards, 12 touchdowns, but only 3.9 per carry. That's a little bit what I was afraid of, kinda. But 12 touchdowns, or, well, yeah, that's true, but 1,200 yards and 12 touchdowns for Brian Thomas Jr., 800 for Martin, only 680 for Hunter, though. I don't know how to get him more production in this playbook. Some years he does and some years he doesn't. I haven't changed anything though, so whatever. Ooh, and Walker Little was horrible at tackle in a contract year, so that makes my decision pretty easy. The rest of the line was fine though. Larry Walker did really well at right tackle. I guess that's good. But 88 tackles for Lukin, 16 TFLs for Bush led the team in sacks, 15.5 for Trayvon Walker led the team. Interesting. 12.5 for Hines Allen, which is still really good. I mean, that's almost 10 less than last year. Or no, it is 10.5 less than last year, but still really good. 6.5 for Odigizua, 5 for Bush in picks. Not many after the midseason, to be fair. 5 for Bushrod, 4 for Hunter, 3 for Lukin, and 2 for Pharrell as a rookie. Man, is Bushrod gonna be a 99 overall soon? He might. Also, 13 pass deflections for Travis Hunter. That might be the most I've ever seen for a corner in Madden. That is up there. In real life, that would be really good. In Madden, that is insane. Oh, I guess Lattimore had 12 this year, too. Our secondary was absurd, which usually doesn't happen with the Bills' defensive playbook. Usually, it makes the secondary play worse for some reason, at least statistically. But Mahomes wins another MVP. Why? I'm sick of it. This feels like Madden 24 all over again. Or was it 23 where it was either him or Dak every single time? I don't know. But Josh Downs wins Offensive Player of the Year. That's something. Gabe Davis still up here. Okay. Max Crosby takes Defensive Player of the Year. Trayvon Walker at 4. So I guess we didn't even need Aiden Hutchinson. I guess that was fine. Surprisingly, no Hines Allen up here, though. But Offensive Rookie of the Year, unfortunately, goes to a Colts player. Defensive Rookie of the Year obviously goes to Tim Bushrod. Martin Farrell at number 5. What a season, though. I guess we were 5th for points on offense, but we were only 20th for passing yards. I guess that doesn't really matter when you still had a really good offense, but I'm still thinking about changing the offensive playbook. I don't know. Tampa Bay's worked better than I expected. I guess we're really not a good scheme fit, but I don't know if I should change it because we went 14-3. I guess we're not really much of a better scheme. We're 60% is our highest. Okay, that's not great. But all right, let's get into the divisional and let's see who we are going to be taking on this year. It is going to be our division rival, the Houston Texans, at 12-5. Oh, and that reminds me, I see they're an 87 overall. Where do we rank for overall? Are we the highest at an 89? I would guess we're close, but second to probably the Chiefs. It looks like the Eagles and 49ers are also 89s, and the Cowboys. The Chiefs are a 91. Chargers are also an 89. That's interesting. Okay, we're second. Also tied with the Rams and Ravens. There are lots of 89s, more than usual. So we still haven't reached either of our goals. Almost wish I checked at the start of the year. Maybe we would have been the highest overall, but who knows? Anyways, let's see if we can beat the Texans here. Looks like they actually had a better offense. Definitely not for yards, but for points per game. But let's see if we can beat them here. We don't. We lose 21-20 to the Texans at home. The Texans are good here, but we were definitely the better team this year. Should we switch offensive playbooks? That seems so weird when we were 5th, but also, why not shoot for 1st? Let's go. You know what? Should I go with the usual? Bills offense, Bills defense? We'll try it out. But all right, for our final re-signing period, gotta decide who we want back. Definitely Travis Hunter. I guess we'll overpay him to keep him. 6 years, 114. That is really cheap, though. He does take it. I guess worst case, we could have just tagged him, but whatever. Anton Harrison will let go. Walker Little will definitely let go. I mean, he's been good a few years, just was horrible this year. Jack Kaiser, I don't even think I've mentioned his name once, but we'll let him go. I guess all the rest of these guys are just depth. So let's get into free agency. I'll restructure all of our contracts because why not? And we'll see how much money we have. But okay, I think I'm gonna release Tyson Campbell. We might bring him back, to be fair, but getting rid of him would save 21 mil. And he wasn't super great last year. No picks, only 2 pass deflections. Now, the year before that, 1 pick, 11 pass deflections. The year before that, he was really good too. But this last year, he wasn't. We'll probably bring him back, but for a lot cheaper. But I want this money to just throw as much money at the wall to see what sticks. Did I say that right? I don't know, but we're going to try to sign a lot of players, just as many as we can. Oh, and there's some pretty good ones. Not as good as I hoped, honestly, but pretty good. Lad McConkey, Jalen Carter. Best believe I'm going for Jalen Carter. Oh, and we actually get the lead for him. Just because I'm scarred from what happened last year, I'm going to go very player friendly. And let's see, Josh Jacobs is available. Now, we do have James Cook, but unlike James Cook, Josh Jacobs actually plays well in Madden. So might have a nice 1-2 punch there. If we can get him, we might be able to. Let's see, Jack Campbell, why not? That would be an upgrade at linebacker. We're definitely losing some of the realism here, but I mean, you could just call this a going all in season. Now, the thing that scares me that we're going into this going all in season season without is left tackle. Ronnie Stanley, every time I sign him, he's horrible. Tyler Guyton, no. You know what? I'm gonna re-sign Walker Little on like a 1-year deal, ideally as a backup, but we'll see. And let's also sign, I guess, Dominic Pooney. I don't know, I feel like I've gotten him before and he wasn't great. Let's sign Renardo Green, sure. And we still have 15 mil left over. Is there anything else we need that I'm just completely forgetting? Like left tackle, we're good. I guess we could sign a better wide receiver 3 if we really want. Linebacker, we're gonna get one. And yeah, that's about it. Ooh, CJ Elliott has superstar dev, 72 overall corner. Okay, I guess that would have been nice in like year 1 or something, or year 2, but not really here. Let's see if there's a good receiver. I saw Xavier Worthy. Yeah, we'll see if we can get him. We might be able to. Oh, we're tied with the Seahawks. The Seahawks are also going for a lot of players. Or well, I've seen them twice. I say a lot, but they're also going for Jalen Carter. So hopefully we can get all these players. If we don't, that wouldn't be the end of the world, but that would hurt because all of these guys would start, other than maybe Walker Little. But all right, let's see if they sign. Everybody signs except Josh Jacobs. We only get Jalen Carter, Renardo Green, and Walker Little. Worthy goes to the Seahawks. Campbell goes to the Patriots. That's tough. But, I mean, are there other linebackers? We could just go for another one. Dre Greenlaw. I mean, he's old, but we only need him for 1 year, so sure. At receiver, there really wasn't a lot else. We still have 22 mil. What do we do with this? Here's what I'll do. I'll go very player-friendly for Josh Jacobs and even up it, because I really want him. And let's also go, like, Cooper Beebe, I guess. The Seahawks also have a massive offer for him, of course. Let's go Tyler Booker. Did the Cowboys lose their whole O-line? Tyler Booker, Cooper Beebe, Tyler Guyton. That's tough. And Terrence Steele. But the Rams also have a big offer for Tyler Booker. How about Dominic Pooney? Okay, it looks like we can maybe get him. Let's see who signs. We do get Jacobs and Greenlaw. That's nice. And we do get Dominic Pooney. Okay, good free agency for sure. Not the players we were originally going for, but still good. Now up to a 91 overall. This is a very good team. But all right, let's get into our final draft of the rebuild. I know at least one position I want to go for, but other than that, we'll see what we can do. But all right, in our final draft, we pick at 28. We've definitely improved this Jaguars team, but now we need to win a Super Bowl with this team and still get the highest overall team. We haven't done that yet either, so hopefully we can do both. But I really have no idea what to do in this draft. There are some really good receivers that we would need to trade up for. I don't really want to do that. Oh, Quan Stevens. He might have all A ratings. Is he slow? Not that slow for a physical receiver at least. If he's still there by 16, I might think about it. Not that we really need him, but he looks fun. I'm guessing he's going to go pretty early, though. Although not many receivers have been taken. Ah, he went at 10. All right, let's just get to our pick. That guy was probably really good, but let's see. I made our focus position tackle. As always, there were no good tackles. Actually, I take that back. Danny Trainer, first-round talent, right tackle. I guess we'll take him round 2. Projected to go, like, late round 3, so we should be able to get him late round 2. I focus scouted some guards. Crawford isn't that good, well, Crawford's better than Boyce. Pemberton's pretty good, though. Do we really need to pick 2 linemen, though? Like, I feel like we should pick something else, but what should we pick is my only question. I mean, we could go with another probably, he might not be an 80 overall, but a good safety in Derek Jackson. He might be close to an 80, actually. But, like, what would we even do with him? He wouldn't see the field, but I guess who would really see the field here? So let's just go with Derek Jackson, ranked number 1 in the class. Yep, pretty good pick. If you want to find the best player in the class, just look at safety, corner, or center. Most of the time, it's one of those. Not always, but most of the time. But all right, let's go. Ooh, that guy actually looks pretty good. Maybe. But I don't want him. Let's go with Danny Trainer. Might be our starting left tackle this year, which I don't feel great about, but at least he's a first-round talent. Ranked number 8. He's even better than I expected. Hidden dev. Good pick. His ratings don't look that good, though, so I'm surprised he's as good as he is, but we'll take it. But all right, round 3, probably the last pick I'll show of this rebuild. Don't know what to do with this pick. We could just go with another lineman. You know what? Let's make an interesting pick. Doesn't really help the team, but Will Fitzgerald looks like a pretty good running back from what I can see. Now, we don't have him scouted. He doesn't have the best change of direction. Kind of looks like a mislabeled power back with only B trucking. Does at least have C juke move, though. He doesn't look that great, though. I mean, he looks good. There is also Howell with possibly A awareness and Hartwell with possibly A awareness. I can almost guarantee he doesn't have it, but I guess he could. All right, whatever. I'm just gonna go with Will Fitzgerald. He looks pretty good. I would guess a first-round talent. Rank 12, good guess. Good pick, good guess, good dev trait. We'll take it. Gonna be our third running back, but whatever. He's good. But okay, here is how we did in our final draft. Derek Jackson, 81 overall. Not even really gonna see the field for us, but I mean, good pick. Danny Trainer will see the field for us, definitely. Gonna be our starting left tackle, so I mean, he's a really good player as a rookie, but only ranked 37 for left tackles, and he's a rookie in Madden, so he's probably gonna play horribly, unfortunately, but hopefully not. I guess if he does, we could just put Walker Little in, who also wasn't good last year, but he had been good before. And then I decided to pick another running back for some reason, because he also looked good. Darius Howell, he was one of the other ones with possibly A awareness. He's also good. And then the CPU picked two terrible linebackers and a terrible backup center. Fun. But all right, here we are heading into the final season. Now up to an 89 overall. Dropped back down 2 for some reason, but that happened like during free agency when I moved someone to a new position. I don't know why it made us drop 2 overall, but anyways, we have a 91 offense, 87 defense, of course. This is a very, very good team. It feels almost even better than its overall. And this is obviously a Super Bowl or bust season. We've won some playoff games, but we haven't even made a Super Bowl yet. Have we even, I don't even think we've made a conference championship, despite us being really good in the regular season last year and good the year before. So this is it, all or nothing. And I think the biggest, maybe the biggest upgrade we've made this whole rebuild, I don't know about that, but maybe, is Josh Jacobs. I know he's a lower overall than James Cook, but should play a lot better. Oh yeah, and I didn't even realize, but I signed Dominic Pooney, but he's not even gonna start for us. Little and Milam are higher overalls. Maybe I'll try him over Little, because Little hasn't been that good. I mean, actually, maybe I take that back. He's actually been really good. I guess he just starts out bad. So yeah, we'll leave all these starters how it is. Trainer might not finish as a starter, or Walker. We'll see. But all right, let's just get, or no, one more thing. Wait, we gotta check. Where do we rank for overall? I doubt we're the highest. I really, really doubt it, but we could be close. The Chiefs are a 90 still. It's just always so hard to catch the Chiefs. We're tied for second. The Ravens and the Rams are also an 89. The Rams are never a good overall in franchise. I'm surprised they are here. They're usually one of the lowest for some reason. Probably because they have an old-ish team, but still. So we're tied for second. Hopefully we can catch the Chiefs by the end of the year. But let's just get straight to the end of the season and we will see how we do. But okay, at the end of the year, we end up going 14-3. It looks like switching to a new offensive playbook definitely panned out in kind of a weird way. We did have the second best offense, but only 23rd for passing game. Really? Yeah, Trevor Lawrence, good for 3,800 yards every year, pretty much. No more, no less. I mean, maybe a few more, a few less, but yeah, literally 4 out of the 5 years, right around 3,800 yards. Interesting. But 40 touchdowns, 9 picks. Josh Jacobs was a monster, of course, almost 1,300 yards, 5.2 per carry, easily the best we've had, 13 touchdowns. 1,000 yards for Brian Thomas, 11 touchdowns, 900 for Martin. Barely anything for Hunter, though. I don't understand these playbooks, man. Bless you, blocking was insanely good. Justin Douglas wasn't great, but not horrible. Trainer is a rookie, only 5 sacks allowed, and Walker only 2. Keep in mind, Trainer is a 71 overall pass protector. Literally doesn't mean anything. But Dre Greenlaw, 101 tackles, TFL's 10 for Allen, led the team in sacks, 13 for Walker, 11.5 for Carter, 11.5 for Bush, and 10.5 for Hines Allen. 4 players over 10 sacks. Nobody with too many more than 10, but 4 had 10 plus. Oh, and interceptions. I actually played Derek Jackson at sub linebacker. No dev trait, or well, just star, I should say. But it looks like he did really well. 2 picks for Travis Hunter, him, Tim Bushrod, Renardo Green, and then 1 for a few players. So very, very good final year. Lamar wins MVP. Thankfully, it's not Mahomes for the first time, or second time, I don't know. But Trevor Lawrence at 3. Did I like pick the wrong offensive playbook? Usually the Bills offense is super pass heavy. Did I? I don't know. But Josh Downs wins another offensive player of the year as a division rival. Fun. Josh Jacobs at 4, Trevor Lawrence at 5, Greg Rousseau wins defensive player of the year, Trayvon Walker at 4. He's really become a great player. I'm glad we kept him. But let's see, I don't think, well, we're not going to have anyone for offensive rookie of the year, but defensive rookie of the year does go to Derek Jackson. And I was saying he's not going to play at all. I mean, to be fair, he didn't play at safety, played at linebacker, but I feel like this is maybe the best I've ever drafted. I don't know about that. The last 2 years have been good. Before that, it was kind of rough. I would say this is maybe the luckiest we've ever gotten with dev traits. I forgot to mention, Leon Lewis also has Superstar. I don't think he gained it. I'm pretty sure he had it. We had Little with Superstar. Heath had X Factor. Burrell had Superstar. I mean, one of these running backs probably have Superstar. Maybe. Yep, of course. Fitzgerald has it. I figured because he developed pretty well. And then Howell probably doesn't. No. But like Lewis, Bush, Bushrod, Elliott, and Ramsey. I think Ramsey might have gained it actually. I don't remember. And Pharrell. That's the other one. He didn't gain it, right? I can't remember. We've had too many. But anyways, enough yapping. Gotta check. I'm sure we're not the highest overall because the Chiefs were 90 to start the year. But again, gotta check. Oh, okay. We are at least tied as the highest overall. We'll take that. I'll count that. We're tied with the Chiefs at a 90. It's just so hard to pass the Chiefs up. Okay, maybe not. We are tied for second. The Ravens are a 91 now. The Rams and Seahawks are tied with us. How do they even do that? Oh, well, I guess the Seahawks did steal some free agents for us that we had the lead for. Or we're tied at least. That's tough. But we're tied for second. We're very close. Oh, and we're going to be taking on the Las Vegas Raiders in the divisional. This is a team that I always lose to in simulation. Thankfully, we're one of those teams in this rebuild. We're taking one of those away. The Jaguars always beat me in simulation in the playoffs too, for some reason. But the Raiders are also one of those teams. How are they looking here? Who's their QB, I wonder? Justin Blackburn. Oh, okay. Well, looks like he's had a really bad year, but was good this year. He's a decent QB. They still have Brock Bowers, Fred Warner, Ashton Genty. This is a pretty solid team. Oh yeah, they got Lad McConkey. But guess what? Despite how good those players are, we're still the higher overall team by 2. So let's see, can we beat the Raiders here in the divisional, or is this going to be the final game? We do beat them 27-14. And just like that, we are in the conference championship, going up against the highest overall team, the Baltimore Ravens. Now, we actually had a better record than them somehow. I mean, I guess they've had a 20-0 season, so I would say they're doing better overall, but at least this year we had the better record. They still have Mark Andrews at 32. I'm honestly surprised he's not even older. But all right, can we move on to the Super Bowl in our final year? We can. We beat the Ravens 24-21. Oh, and this might be the first time I have ever seen this. There are 2 1 seeds in the Super Bowl in Madden. It's usually like a 6 seed versus a 5 seed for some reason. But we do make it. Seems kind of convenient, so let me show I wasn't cheating. Don't know why I would, but yeah. I guess I should show for the playoffs. That's a more important part. Yeah, but all right. It looks like we are going to be taking on the Green Bay Packers in the Super Bowl at 13-4. Another very good team, but we are two overall higher. I don't know why that's so hard for me to say. Now, hold on. We are up to a 91 now. Are we tied as the highest? What are the Ravens? Why did they go up to a 92? All right, we're still second. But all right, we have a press conference here. Sometimes I click these, sometimes I don't. I feel like I haven't in a long time, though. All right, what are you gonna... I guess we'll go pass blocking. I don't know. Or maybe I should have gone run blocking, but it seems like both were good this year, so I don't know. But all right, obviously, this is the biggest game of the rebuild. Either we win a Super Bowl in this rebuild or we don't. This is the final game. We'll watch it simulate, so we'll jump in here, and can we win the Jags their first ever Super Bowl? We'll see. But all right, here we go in the Super Bowl. In Tampa Bay, as per usual. One of the most unique stadiums. But let's jump to the end of the game, and trust me, this has to be it. Even if we lose this game, you don't want to see what our contracts were looking like. We had 10 mil, and we had to re-sign like half of our starters. This has to be it. So we'll either go out with a win or go out in pain. Let's find out. The Packers do score first, making it 7-0. We do tie them at 7, and we take the lead 14-7. I'm not gonna lie, when I saw how fast they scored, I thought we were gonna get destroyed. But just like that, we are up 34-7, 34-14 now. Can't let up yet, but I think now we can. It is 41-21, and just like that, for what feels like the first time in a while in a rebuild, we actually win a Super Bowl purely through simulation. But it makes it feel even more fun when we do actually win one. So we get the Jags their first ever ring. You love to see it.